What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live. Getting the restart kicked off today. We have basketball that matters once again. It's been about 4.5 months since we've had basketball that matters. I am a little bit rusty. I'm already mispronouncing words, but that doesn't matter because today we got a very exciting stream for you guys. We're going to cover the two games that happened today. You had the Pelicans losing to the Jazz, which is huge for the Blazers. We'll talk about the potential ramifications of that for Portland, and we'll also preview Portland's game against Memphis tomorrow and talk about the scenario where if Portland beats Memphis, how they stack up, and why that. We'll talk about why that's such an important game. We'll also talk about Lakers-Clippers, which the Lakers pulled out. That wasn't as crucial of a game since both teams are pretty much locked into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're clinched the playoffs, so they are locked in. Also, we got picks against the spread. Now, I don't have the graphics for that. On Blazers Uprise Live on, I think our next episode is the 3rd of August. We will have our graphics updated and all that. I just, have a far different schedule for streaming and just stuff in my life. So I got to try and figure out when to working on graphics and that type of stuff for those streams. So we don't have the graphics today, but we will do picks against the spread, which that's awesome that's back because it's been so long since I've been able to do picks against the spread, man. So I'm just excited just because this is as normal as it gets. We're going to recap actual basketball. We're going to do picks against the spread. We're going to preview a game. We're finally back. We're back, man.
Feels great. I didn't realize how much I missed basketball until I started watching the first game today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so nice to watch basketball again. And my main pickup from tonight was I feel like these games are going to be good. I don't think there's going to be valid point to an asterisk saying it was in a bubble. It doesn't count, or it wasn't as hard as a normal playoffs would have been. I get the home court advantage thing, but I feel like it's just different. It's not going to be worse than a normal championship or better. It's just going to be different.
And I will say this, they've done as good of a job as possible of creating some sort of home court advantage. There's a de facto home team and road team each game. The home team, they get their logos put on the court. They get their arena logo put on the court. They get fan noise. They pump in. I don't know if that's not live fan noise, is it? Because they have the fans up on the video board. Is that noise from them?
Yeah, they can make noise.
Yeah, okay.
They are pumping in fake fan noise too, but yeah. So my mom is actually one of the people who gets to be on the Blazers board tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. How'd she end up doing that?
I think they offered it to season ticket holders first.
Gotcha.
But so yeah, if she can figure out how to work the technology to do
you gotta go over there and help her, man.
she came over and I tried to set it up, so all she has to do is start it at the time. So I'm hoping it works out, but yeah. You never know.
That's awesome. That's awesome for her.
But yeah, so she was told that if she says anything inappropriate or cusses, that she would be immediately removed from the thing. So
get removed in 10 minutes, man.
I know. I don't know if I'd be able to. Yeah.
If you why? It's not like you can make out any individual person, can you?
I don't know. I'm not sure how that works, or if you'd be able to pick it up, or if someone in the arena would pick it up. I don't know, or if it's just on TV that you hear it. I don't know.
Yeah. I would definitely struggle with that, man. One bad call and I'd already be on the ref, and you're alone at home or in your own space. Yeah. I'm used to letting it fly. So might be a problem for me if I end up in that position.
That's my problem with if I ever got a media pass or something to go to a game, you're not allowed to cheer, and there's no way at a Blazer home game during the playoffs or something I wouldn't be able to cheer during a game. Screw that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's why people are like, you should get a media pass. I'm like, I ain't gonna go there and sit in a row and not cheer. That's not fun, man. I wouldn't be able to. I don't know. I'm an emotional fan, so
yeah, me too.
I am the way I watch, especially playoff games. The way I watch playoff games in the arena, I get hyped as if I was on the bench. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just the basketball player side of me, but I don't know, man. I'm all out. I'm all out.
I'm that
So
same way. Yeah.
holding back or like having to
break
hold back
stuff.
and knowing you had to hold back would just be weird. It would be a cool
Right.
experience to do that for a game, but yeah, it would probably be tough, man. You see fans dropping. If the refs screwed over the Blazers in a game where the Blazers had fans on the board, it'd be funny just to watch like the fans like start disappearing from the board.
They don't have enough people to replace them because everyone's cussing. Yeah.
Yeah, so you start with like 300 people, you end the game with like 50. That'd be funny. So
I'm pretty sure my mom's gonna be on her best behavior, but
oh yeah, your mom probably won't have a problem with it, but us, that'd be different for sure.
that's one thing about that. If or when we do that live stream of us during the game.
Oh, we can cuss all we want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna watch that game. Like it's a normal, like I'm normally watching a game, right?
Yeah.
I'll be talking with you because I got cable in the other room, so I actually go set up my computer in the other room. I could actually connect it to Ethernet, and that stream will be good for any of those. I can't talk all of a sudden. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about in terms of like our watch party, we did release a streaming schedule today. I'll showcase it here. This is our streaming schedule. All right, I gotta put audio on that. I'll just put it on this screen because I forgot to put the mics on that. See, I wasn't like fully prepared for the stream, so let me pull that up real quick. Let me get that streaming schedule up because I want to go over this with you guys. So let me just do image, add source, schedule. There we go. Okay, adapting on the fly. There we go. Okay, so this is our schedule. So as I was saying, we're gonna try and stick as close as we possibly can to these times that we have on this schedule. Sometimes we might go live at 10 p.m. for Blazers Uprise Live, but we're going to try our very, very best to stick true to these times. Obviously, the post-game show, if Blazers and Nuggets on August 6th goes into 4 overtimes, obviously the post-game show won't go live at 7:30 p.m. It'll be more like 8:30 p.m. or whatever. But, the post-game shows, I just put 2.5 hours after the end of each game because that's usually about when games end. So that's about when we'll go live because we'll just go live right after the end of the game. So we're streaming, starting today, we're streaming every day except for this Saturday. So we got you covered. This is about kind of the schedule we had before. Everything's kind of flipped though, because normally we had our podcasts, we used to call them, which became Blazers Uprise Live. Normally we would have that during the day, and we'd have our post-game streams at night. Now a lot of games are during the day, and we have our Blazers Uprise at night, so it kind of flip-flopped in that regard. But so we'll do picks against the spread on every Blazers Uprise Live, and we'll finish out the season because that was a lot of fun. I know me, Eric, and Chat were very close on picks against the spread. Some people might be new and might not even know what picks against the spread is. For those of you who don't know about that, we pick games against the spread, and we go against Chat, and we'll actually do that here in a little bit, and you guys will see that firsthand. Normally we have graphics. Tonight we don't, but we will on the 3rd, which is the next Blazers Uprise Live. One more thing to get to is on August 6th, you see Blazers vs. Nuggets has an asterisk. That is because we plan on making that a watch party game. So what I want to do with that is I want to stream with Eric while we watch the game live. All right. I got cable in the other room now, so I should be synced up with Eric for the most part, and should be able to be caught up with you guys, because the problem is I normally watch games on internet streaming on YouTube TV, so normally it's a minute behind, so that would have created issues. But now I got cable, so I'll set something up in the other room. I'll stream in the other room, and I would love to have some of you guys in there for that watch party stream to watch the game with us, and just to see how we watch a game and see us react live to a game, because that's something we've never done before, and it's been something that's been asked of us. Now, it's not just going to be like free for anybody. YouTube members who have a $5 YouTube membership or higher on our main channel get access. I will also make it where you can pay $6 one-time fee to get access to that. If you want to do that, contact me, and we'll sort that out. I am doing a giveaway on Twitter. If you retweet my pinned tweet, you'll get a chance at getting a free ticket to that virtual watch party. And I was doing a little giveaway in the Discord. Also, if you've bought merch, I'll give you a free ticket just as a thank you for buying merch. You can still buy merch to get a free ticket if you want to do that. BlazersUprise.com/merch is the link for that. So we're plugging a lot today. But that is the plan. So would definitely be cool to have 10, 15 people in there to watch the game with us, and we can hopefully have everybody synced up so it's like a natural viewing party, since obviously we can't do anything in person right now, which sucks, but that's the next best thing. So
for sure, that'll be fun, and I'll make sure I won't hold back. I'll be my normal self, and I'll be screaming, and
you might hear us cuss out refs,
from the tip. Yeah.
So what we'll do for that is we'll have like a unlisted link, which means it's a link that you can only see the video if you have the link. So if you end up in that watch party, you bought a ticket or are a YouTube member or bought merch or won one of the giveaways, just don't give out the link to just random people. That's all we ask from that. So that is the plan. So what do you guys think about that restart schedule? You guys excited? I'm excited just to stream consistently like that. And I'm excited to watch basketball and be able to talk about basketball, which we'll get into in a second. So
I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve right now. Like tomorrow we get to open our presents and talk about Blazers again.
Yeah, or we get Cole in the stocking if we lose.
Yeah, but like tonight made it that much more like you're gonna get a big present tomorrow. You got a little hint that it could be big. With the Pelicans losing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we can start off with recapping the games tonight or picks against the spread. What do you guys think, chat? I'll go with whatever chat goes with. We can recap the Pelicans-Jazz game and the Lakers-Clippers games, or we can start off with picks against the spread. I am a democratic ruler of this channel.
We got 4 versus 3, 5 versus 3 in favor of picks, I think.
All right.
5-4. It's close. Yeah.
See, I didn't know which one I should do first. So, picks. Let's do picks. Picks will be quicker. So let's do picks against the spread. So since I don't have the graphics, I will post the spread in the comment section. I will comment it to you guys in the comment section. And go ahead.
I just want to say, how about, so for chat, let's only do one, obviously, pick per person. And then also try not to, like, talk about other stuff during this time. Let's only keep it to picks against the spread. And then as soon as that's over, we'll get to everyone's questions and comments, and you can go back to normal chat. But for a few minutes, let's just keep it to just the picks, so it's easy.
Do you have our records that we ended with when the season was canceled?
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
So, you and I were tied at 184 and 171.
It's crazy.
And chat was 2 games behind us at 182 and 173. And that's because the final day of the season, the final time we did picks against the spread was that Monday. Yeah. And we were all tied going into that day, and you and I went 4-0, and chat went 2-2. Otherwise, we'd all be...
It's crazy how close. It's crazy how close it is. Which next season I will open it up to like the top tier of YouTube members, which will be fun, just to have more people in on that. But we're just gonna continue what we have. We're close. For those of you who are new to this, I will shout out a game that's going to be played tomorrow with the spread. All right, so if the Blazers are favored by 2.5, which they are against the Grizzlies, if you pick Blazers, you think they'll win by three or more. If you pick Grizzlies, you think the Grizzlies will win or they'll lose by 2 or less, if that makes sense. So it's not just a straight up pick 'em, it's with the spread involved. Any of those of you who know betting understand this easily.
And the double down, we've been doing whatever is the most lopsided one. So if there's like a unanimous pick or whatever pick gets the most votes in favor of one team becomes the double down for Chad.
Yep. And we'll double down on one pick of our own, and that'll be worth 2 wins or 2 losses. So it's just putting more on that game. So anyway, first spread I will post in the chat for you guys. It's the Blazers. They're favored by 2.5. It's nice not to have to worry about who's home and road, since it's basically I'm not even going to worry about that in this regard. So just starting this off, I wasn't voting for the Blazers at the end of the season that got canceled, right? Yeah. But I don't have any of that lingering frustration. Obviously, Nurkic and stuff back. We'll preview this game later, so I don't really have to go too far in depth. But I think we kind of got to roll with the Blazers. I'm not going to double down on them, but I will take the Blazers being favored by 2.5.
I'm also going to take the Blazers. I think there's just too much at stake for them to come out and lose this game. So hopefully they come out and bring it. And it looks like Chat's overwhelmingly going with the Blazers.
Yeah, that's probably going to be their double down. You got Ben.
Only 2 Grizzlies. Ben and Destrom, no faith in their team.
I can't say anything because I was actually voting against them a lot. So next game, we got Suns. They're favored by 7 points against the Wizards. And this is a tough game because the Wizards have basically nobody. They're without John Wall, which they've been without all season. But they're also without Bradley Beal and Davis Bertans, which were their 2 best players so far. So the best player they have left is Thomas Bryant, Rui Hachimura. You know what I mean? They have a pretty bare bones roster, but the Suns aren't really any good either. So I picked first for the last game, which was a gimme. But since I picked first, I want to hear Eric's thoughts. I want to hear Eric's pick on this.
So 2 crappy teams, no home court advantage. I'm going to take the 7 points and just pick the Nets because...
well, you automatically lose if you pick the Nets because they're not playing in this game.
The Wizards, sorry. I was going off my order. The Wizards. We'll get to the Nets in a minute. But yeah, so Wizards... like I said, 2 crappy teams. I'm just going to take the 7 points. And my feeling, because I actually bet both games tonight, and I have a feeling like a lot of underdogs are going to cover or, win outright in some of these games because you don't know. Take the Lakers tonight. They seem to have taken this game seriously, but how many of these 8 games are they really going to take seriously? But they'll be favored by a lot when they play a team that's not very good. I'm just going to take the points and then think that you never know what's going to happen in these games.
See, I was leaning Wizards, but then somebody said, Trevin said Mikal Bridges has been going off, and he's kind of an X factor for them. With him playing well, with Booker, with Ayton, I'm going to take Suns here. I think the Suns win by about 8 to 10 points. I think it gets very close to that spread. This is probably the hardest game to pick. But that is what I'm going to go for. The Suns right there.
Real quick, Ben, please do not. You said Suns and then for sure Suns, LOL. Don't do that kind of stuff. Just pick your team.
Make it easy on Eric to count the votes. I think it's Suns. Just eyeballing it, I think they're going with the Suns along with me. Next game, I actually skipped over the notes that you sent me. I accidentally skipped over the Magic and Nets game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just went on the next game. Sorry, I was trying to count the last one.
It's funny. So the next spread we got Magic favored by 7 against the Nets. This is kind of like the same type of game. You got a mediocre to bad team favored by 7 points against a team who's just without everybody, right? The Nets are without Kyrie. The Nets are without DeAndre Jordan. The Nets are without Spencer Dinwiddie, correct?
Yeah, hold on, Kyle. So the Magic are favored by 7, so they wouldn't be upsetting.
Yeah. The -7 means they're favored. I know that can be confusing if you don't know betting. It was confusing for me when I didn't know betting, but that's why I'm saying, the Magic are favored by 7 over the Nets while I post it, just so you guys know.
Ben, refresh your screen, man. There's obviously something wrong if you have a black screen. It's not that way for anyone else.
Yeah, for once. For once, it's you and not us. So this game, I am going to take... I feel like this is a game where, like, Jamal Crawford will just randomly go off and have his one good game. You know what I mean? Like, the Magic are bad enough where Jamal Crawford might shoot 40% for a game, which is good for Jamal Crawford. Yeah, because they're without Dinwiddie, they're without Jordan, they're without Kyrie. Aren't they without they're without Wilson Chandler. Am I missing someone? KD, obviously.
Yeah. I thought there was someone else, yeah, but I don't know.
It's hard to remember, man. They're without a lot of people. So I am going to take... I'm going to take the Magic here. I'm going to take the Magic. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Magic. It's kind of like the same logic I had for the Suns. I think the Magic win by about 8 to 10 points. Just another hard game to really get a feel for, though. Part of why this is so hard is because, like, before I was like, okay, this team's playing well lately, I'm going to go with them. Or, we'd have, like, previous games to go off of. Now it's just like everybody's starting fresh, so it's hard to go into it like that.
That is exactly why I am just taking the points in most of these games, and I'm going to take the Nets because they're getting 7 points, and that gives me both them losing by 7 or less, and also if they win the game. So I'm just going to do that. Hey, Trevin, can you do me a favor and be my counter? You're good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just tell me the final vote results, if you don't mind. Got a lot of people talking about other stuff.
Got you. Maybe we should say make your votes in all caps. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
That might make it easier to say. Make your votes in all caps. All right, we'll see if that makes it easier to count. So anyway, next we got the Bucks favored by 5 points against the Celtics, and I'm going to roll with the Celtics here. I think the Bucks aren't... I don't know. Like, the Lakers took their game seriously, so I assume the Bucks will as well. But still, the Celtics are a good enough team to beat the Bucks if both teams try. And there is the added factor of the Bucks maybe not taking it as seriously as the Celtics, since the Bucks are far and away the 1 seed in the East. So I'm gonna go for Boston there.
Yeah, I'm also taking Boston, getting 5 points. I don't know how into this game the Bucks are going to be. So I'll just take the team with more on the line for seeding purposes.
Yep. I think that actually does make it easier. You got...
Ben still can't follow directions, but...
He's just the one with... Yeah, that's tough to count. So Trevin, good luck with that. Because there's Celtics.
He hasn't even said if he's going to do it or not.
All right, I'll help you count. I'm
gonna go. Wait, did you pick the Magic or the Nets? I didn't hear.
I picked the Magic.
Okay.
Dude, this is hard to count. Oh my goodness, I need those things, the ticker things or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you get dude, that would be. I need those things where I could just sit here click on those things.
I have an idea. You call it out and I'll just tally it.
All right, you got Bucks. 5 Celtics, 2 Bucks, 1. See, but it's like Celtics, Bucks, Celtics, Bucks, Boston.
Wait,
That's not gonna work. That's the worst idea.
I'm just telling it. So just say Bucks, Celtics, Bucks, and every time you say something, I'll write it down. But it doesn't work if you're saying
Dame Dollar got it. Dame Dollar got it. I don't want to sit there saying like Bucks 20 times. We're rusty on this, too.
Do you trust him?
I borderline trust Dame Dollar. If Trevin confirms it, Trevin, be our go-to trustworthy guy, all right? Because I know I can... But the thing is, Trevin trolls, too. We got too many trolls in here. Like, who's somebody who doesn't troll? Westbrook. I would rely on Westbrook. But I think Trevin would be legit, too. Yeah, I thought Dame Dollar retired too, but here he is. Anyway, next spread.
Yeah, I still don't know who won between the last two games. So. I'll be distracted as I go through it later.
I can also take screenshots. Or you just want to go through chat later?
Well, the 2 times I did that, then chat never came up, and then I was screwed because I couldn't go back through it.
All right. Destorm says $10-9, so I think it's the Bucks.
All right.
That was a toss-up. Man. Did you take the Celtics or the Bucks with that?
I took the Celtics.
Got you. So we got Celtics. Chat got Bucks. Dang, how did we used to do that with like 70 people? And we did it like well. What? How did we used to do that?
Dame Dollar, go back and count the Magic Nets for me if you would, please. I appreciate you, bro.
Kings and Spurs. Kings are favored by 3.5 versus the Spurs. I'm going to take... I've been saying my picks first. You say yours on this one.
This was by far the hardest one for me. I ended up going with the Spurs just because I was sticking to that same strategy other than with the Blazer game of just picking underdogs. So I think I'm going to stick with the Spurs on this one, but this is by far the hardest one, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Kings here. I'm going to take the Kings, the Spurs without Aldridge. I don't know. I feel like the Kings' like young energy will translate well to the bubble. I feel like they're going to be amped up for this game. Dame Dollar says 10 Magic, 6 Nets. Appreciate it, Dame Dollar. I'll count the Kings and the Spurs. Yeah, it's majority Spurs there. Until now, and then 2 Kings rolling. All right, I'll count them. 1, 2. All right, you got 8. You got 10 okay. Spurs, 8 Kings. You got 11 Spurs, 8 Kings. So they're going with the Spurs there.
Just one thing real quick. Destro, when you do that, it's really hard to tell if you're counting the votes or you're voting again for a team. So
yeah, because you're posting it in all caps. That's why I said only votes in all caps. But all right, last game here. We got the Rockets versus...
So Spurs for chat, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the Mavericks versus the Spurs. I need to hire like a couple moderators that would like do that job and moderate chat for me.
It's the Mavericks, not the Spurs. You said Spurs.
Yeah, I typed Mavericks while I said Spurs. I don't know what's wrong with me. But the Mavericks are favored by -1. I'm scrambled. The Mavericks are favored by 1 over the Rockets. I'm going to take... I don't know, man. The Mavericks are a hard team to figure out. They were a hard team for me all season long. Do you remember? They were like the hardest team for me. I got them wrong all the time. Which I haven't doubled down yet, so I have to double down on this game.
You can go back, but
I'm gonna double down on the Celtics versus the Bucks.
Okay,
that's what I'm gonna double down on. This game, I like. These are hard. These are hard, man. You got the Rockets and the Mavericks. The Rockets, of course, have Harden. Mavericks have Doncic. Rockets are without Eric Gordon. I feel like the Mavericks aren't really the team to punish the Rockets for playing their small ball that they love to play. You know, because like the Mavericks are kind of a 5-out team offensively.
Yeah.
Don't really have somebody to like pound it inside, and like Porzingis isn't a great rebounder.
Except for Boban.
Boban going off. I would love to see it. So I'm going to go with the. I'm going to go with the Rockets. That's what I'm going to take. Yeah.
I'm also taking the Rockets, and this is my double down. I don't like the Rockets to go far, but I also feel like this kind of environment is the type of environment James Harden is going to thrive in. Same with like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
You see him in those like Drew League videos where it's more of like a pickup game versus like an actual NBA slow it down type game. You saw like even a team like Utah today against the Pelicans, which we'll talk about later, got into like a back and forth, up and down type game. So yeah, I'm going to take the Rockets and I'm going to double down just because I think Harden's going to go nuts in these 8 shooting games.
Dude, it's crazy that we're analyzing like games and analyzing spreads based off like what teams translate well to a bubble environment.
Right.
Like, but yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I'm going to I'm taking the Mavs as well. So.
The Rockets, man.
The Rockets as well. See, I'm scrambled brained. Because this is the first time we've done this in 4.5 months. So we're a little rusty. Honestly, in the next couple days, I might hire a moderator to like help us count and that type of stuff, so we don't have to do it on there, so that we can just like not have to worry about it, and that'll be the moderator's job. And whoever's a moderator will get like free merch and stuff, so that'll be like your incentive.
Chat looks like they have. Pick the Mavs.
Got you. So we're me and you are Rockets. Why do I keep thinking? I keep mixing.
Do you
up.
want to switch yours?
No, I don't.
Like subconsciously, you're wanting this.
I just can't. This is the first time we've done it in 4.5 months, and I can't think straight. All right, I'm a little rusty. All right, I'm more rusty than the players were, because honestly, the players today didn't look that rusty. So that's picks against the spread. I'll have the graphics on August 3rd, and if you're new to the channel and don't know what the graphics looks like, they're pretty cool looking. I don't know. It's the best graphic thing I do in terms of like streaming. So anyway,
good luck, everyone.
That wraps it up. We'll see how we do tomorrow. They doubled down on the Blazers too, huh? Because everybody was all in on Blazers.
Yeah, it looks like the Blazers had the most lopsided one, yep.
Who did you double down on?
That last one, the Rockets.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's recap these games that happened today. Thank you to everybody for participating. You started off with just an important game for the Blazers. So that's what was fun about that first game, is that it had direct implications on the Blazers. Because my last video, not counting the Jalen Adams stream, my last video on the main channel, which I need to upload more, but I've been busy. But the last video is talking about how the Pelicans have a super easy schedule. The Blazers have a hard one. And going into this, I was just as worried about the Pelicans as the Grizzlies, right? I think the Blazers, if they win tomorrow, will be able to maintain pace with the Grizzlies enough to get a play-in game. I was just worried about the Pelicans passing them up and getting that 9th seed, all right? So going into this game against the Jazz, hardcore Jazz fans. Never rooted harder for the Jazz in my life, and that's what made this game fun, is having a rooting interest in it, you know?
Yep.
It also made it
the
fun
first game was definitely more interesting than the second one, even though the better teams were playing in the second game.
Yeah, and for that reason. So, I mean, that's kind of how it's going to be that's how it's going to be in the bubble, because like 3, 4, 5 seed, it doesn't really make much of a difference. So it was a close game too. That was also the fun part about it. It was close. It was a barn burner.
I felt so weird rooting for the Jazz. I hate the Jazz, and it was just weird because I was like cheering like it was the Blazers playing almost, especially towards the end, and then they like came out the third quarter and just laid the bed, and like I was like, oh man, this game's gonna get away from them. But then they came back.
Yeah,
their bench sucks.
Yeah, it's literally Jordan Clarkson against the world for their bench lineup. Their bench is probably worse than ours.
I don't know why you wouldn't throw Ed Davis just to see what he has. Like, it can't be any worse than Tony Bradley.
I haven't really seen him, so I don't know like what areas he's declined in, but like statistically he's declined. Yeah. You know, and like the way
he was
other
hurt for a good portion of the year too, so like it's hard to tell if it was because of that or what.
But like the way other fan bases talk about him, it's like this doesn't seem like the same Ed Davis for them as he was for us, because everybody here loved Ed Davis. In other fan bases, for like they can't stand him. You know what I mean? Because he was where was he before Utah? I'm blanking on that.
Brooklyn, I think.
Yeah, Brooklyn, and then Utah, and yeah, they don't seem to be too high on him. So, which doesn't really make sense because Tony Bradley, I'm not fond of his game. And honestly, George Niang sucked today, so shoot, they could go big and play Davis with Tony Bradley. I don't think it would have been worse than Niang with Tony Bradley because, yes, Niang can shoot, but today he couldn't make anything. That's a weird thing. Let me just rant a little bit on George Niang. Okay, that's how you know basketball's back. You just have random rants from me about just random players. All right, so George Niang, I think he shoots like 39% from three for the season or something like that, right? A good percentage. I swear, every time I watch him, he's just absolutely broke. Like, absolutely broke. Like, shoots like 10% when I watch him and must shoot 45, 50% when I don't watch him. I don't know what it is. Like, it's crazy because watching him today just absolutely broke, but still shooting like he's like a great shooter. I don't know. It just drives me crazy.
Or if he played the Blazers, he'd make like 5 threes or something.
I think that's the one time I've seen him shoot well in the NBA is when he played us, which is typical. Same thing with Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson like kills us and then struggles against other teams all the time.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from the Jazz is they're really going to be in trouble without Bogdanovic, because he not only is he a good player, but he also gives them that extra option at the four where they obviously don't have that if they're playing Jang so many minutes.
He opens up the floor for them when other people are struggling. He normally steps up for, if Donovan Mitchell is struggling, that's a guy they can go to. Because he's like a 20-point per game scorer, but does so like extremely efficiently. And he's just a great three-point shooter. One of the most underrated players in the league, in my opinion. And honestly, I didn't think playing him at the four was going to work out, but their defense was still good. You know what I mean? He's small for the four, but like having like his type of offensive game at the four was really nice for that team. Fit in really well offensively, and their defense didn't really seem to suffer because of it. So that was a huge loss, them losing Bogdanovic. So it was interesting to see them win without Bogdanovic, to see them beat a decent team, because honestly the Pelicans are a decent team.
Real quick, Dustrom needs to take a math class in his school right now, because he calculated 2020 minus 41 to being 1981, and he's 2 years off. So I was 2 years away from that.
What?
He's trying to figure out if I was alive for the championship or not. Championship was in 77. I was born in 79,
Come on,
not
Destrom,
81.
you gotta work on those math skills, man. Harry Giles would be an interesting fit on the Jazz. Yeah, they definitely need to improve their depth in the front court. Losing Favors kind of hurt them.
Like saying that because those are the two guys he picked up for the Jazz in our mock.
Well, I liked picking up Harry Giles for the Jazz. That is fine. I didn't make that connection. But, like, I don't know. Harry Giles for a lot of teams I think would be a good pickup. I'm surprised that the Kings didn't pick up his option. But, I don't know. This was a huge win because it puts the Pelicans, if the Blazers win tomorrow, it puts the Pelicans a game behind the Blazers. But technically,
yeah.
But technically, like 2 games. So I posted a tweet today, right? If the Blazers win tomorrow, then over the final 7 games, the Pelicans would have to win 2 more games than the Blazers to pass them up. Even with the Pelicans' super easy schedule, like, I'm actually feeling kind of confident if we end up in that situation, right?
Yeah.
If the Blazers win tomorrow, they would only have to win, which is still quite a bit, but they would only have to win 3 more games than the Grizzlies over the final 7 to pass up the Grizzlies, right? Which gaining 3 games in 7 is tough, right? But that's not out of the question.
Yeah, because we're so focused on the Pelicans schedule, but the Grizzlies schedule isn't very easy either. So, they have a tough schedule. So they could go like 2-5 the last 7, and then we'd only have to go 5-2 and pass them up. I'm not saying that's like gonna happen or anything, but it's definitely in the realm of possibility if we win tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we're 3.5 games back right now. If we win, we'll be 2.5 back of the Grizzlies. If we lose, we'll be 4.5 back. So really, if we lose, we have 0 chance of catching the Grizzlies, and we'd be 4.5 back, right? So we wouldn't be in position for a play-in because you only get the play-in games if you're within 4 games. So then we'd have to gain ground on the Grizzlies, right? Just to get a play-in.
If the Spurs lose to the Kings tomorrow, then the Kings would pass us up for that 9th spot anyway. So.
Which is crazy because we're not even really considering any other teams other than the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, right. But the Kings and the Spurs are there. And you said they do play each other tomorrow, right? So one of those teams is going to win tomorrow. So you can't rule out the Kings maybe getting hot and making a run, going 6-2. So it's not like just because the Pelicans lost, we don't really have to worry about anybody but the Grizzlies. But the Pelicans were definitely the team I was definitely most worried about. And the fact that they lost today and that Portland could maybe gain some ground on the Pelicans right off the bat would be huge. Because they could, a win tomorrow, they'd gain ground on the Pelicans and the Grizzlies through one game. And it was just interesting to compare the situations. They
I don't know if you saw that graphic. I forgot who it was from, but they gave us like a 9% chance of making the playoffs.
Oh, it was BPI. Yeah, it's just weird math shit.
And then, but if we win tomorrow, now that New Orleans lost, we're going to shoot up those percentages. It's going to go way up. So
because we'd almost be as close to passing up Memphis as New Orleans would be to passing us up, right? So, people aren't really talking about, okay, maybe the Blazers can get the 8 seed. If the Blazers win tomorrow, they have not a great shot, not a likely shot, but they do have a shot at possibly getting the 8 seed. And instead of having to win 2 playing games to get in, you only have to win 1 out of 2, right?
Yeah.
So that is something intriguing, being only 2.5 games back with 7 left against the Grizzlies, and their schedule isn't that easy either. I would love to be in that situation.
Yeah.
I'd love to, have basically a 2 games of padding over the Pelicans. It just leaves us in a situation where we have to win tomorrow, right? This is the most important game of the restart, which kind of sucks. I wish it was
right off the bat, yeah.
You know what I mean? But also, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know. Nurkic looked fine, right? I want it to be later just so Nurkic and Collins could get a little bit more of a feel. But they seem to be playing like their old selves, right? The one problem I think we have early on going into this game is I'm not sure Stotts knows what the hell he wants to do. That is the one thing where if we had this Grizzlies game be game 5 instead of game 1, it could benefit us. Because I think the Grizzlies, they know what lineup they want to go with. They know what they want to do, right? Stotts, I don't know if he knows what he wants to do. Because nothing about the scrimmages was telling in terms of we should do, we should play wide side with Nurkic or we shouldn't or anything. I feel like you couldn't get you couldn't gather any conclusions from any of the scrimmages other than the fact that our defense sucked. That was about the one conclusion that you could gather. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what Stotts does tomorrow.
I don't know if you saw it in chat, but someone was saying they saw it in an interview with Stotts or CJ or someone that's mentioned that they weren't showing any of their new sets in the scrimmages. They were holding back, which I'll believe it when I see it.
New sets. I don't know. If you haven't... See, that's what's tough. If you have a new set and you've only ran it in practice against the crummy Blazers defense in practice, we sure they're going to be ready to execute it in a high-pressure game against the Grizzlies? If they're trying to throw in some different wrinkles, I like that, but also it's well, why not earlier this season? Why not, toss it out for a possession or two, in one of the scrimmages? Because I don't know, if you run it for a possession or two, teams probably aren't going to pick up on it. I don't know.
Yeah, it just seems weird to me, especially with needing so badly to develop some sort of continuity or, play between these people after they had been sitting out for so long, and especially with having 2 people come back from injury. You think that you would at least try to run a few things against another team just to see how it goes.
I do expect them to come out with a different defensive scheme than they showed during the scrimmages. We'll see if that helps with the 3-point line, but I do expect them to hedge pick and rolls. Right? You saw them dropping the big, and you saw them switching in the scrimmages, which there's been talk about how they're going to run a different scheme than they've ran all season. I think it's going to be the scheme that they ran on opening night against the Nuggets, since they will have 2 bigs in the lineup, where you have, on most pick and rolls, you have 1 big hedging and then the other big protecting the rim, kind of playing in between. And we'll see how that works. I don't think other teams will be ready for that. We haven't showed that card unless they look all the way back to opening night. But I mean, if they're good scouting, they will. But that is something that even we don't know. So I don't think another team will know what we're gonna do defensively. So that's something I like about going into this.
Bo says that Stott said you just have to see what the starting lineup is tomorrow, so maybe your dream will come true.
He's not starting. Trent's not starting.
That's just about power forward and center.
Yeah. Which I think he's starting Collins. I don't think he's starting Whiteside. I think he's starting Collins. If he's sane, he'll start Collins. If he's out of his goddamn mind, he'll start Whiteside with Nurkic.
I've been, obviously we haven't had games, so we've had several months to not bash Stotts. And I was, we had several people tell us to stop bashing him so much, or
to stop giving our honest opinions, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine to be critical and analyze stuff and say, but some people think that's being negative or whatever. But I think it's just more saying, God, I hate Stotts, he sucks, and not backing it up, which I don't think we do a lot of, but
we back stuff up so much. We have the privilege and the leeway of being able to just say, oh, Stotts. Because if somebody asks why Stotts, we can just go into it. But I was
trying towards the end of the, before the shutdown to try not and just bash people without giving reasons why. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of annoying because, no one reads every conversation you've ever had or watched every stream. So, I could have said it 100 times why, but there's lots of people on Twitter who have never heard that or seen that. Yeah. And so they just start with you're so dumb if you don't like Stones. You go to the Western Conference Finals, But I was trying not to get engaged in a lot of those kind of conversations. But if Stotts starts Whiteside and Nurk together tomorrow, I will be relentless with my Stotts disapproval, and I am going to not be very pleasant. So
watch him
just
do it.
Warning everyone right now.
Watch him do it, then we end up up 20 after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Somehow. Against all logic.
As you can see tonight, having a guy like Dame and CJ, they get hot, you can beat any team with any lineup. It doesn't really matter, but Dame will probably have 30 points in the first half, and people will be see, it does work starting him, but it had nothing to do with starting Whiteside or Melo. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to start the lineup he originally said he was going to start a month ago, which is Dame, CJ, Melo, Collins, and Nurk. And I'd be surprised if that is not the starting.
I feel well, let's look at Memphis, right? They have Jaren Jackson Jr. and Valanciunas, which are, I think, Collins and Nurkic match up well because Jaren Jackson Jr. is a three-point shooter and can kind of play on the perimeter a little bit and is pretty agile. But Collins is the same, so Collins can be a good defensive matchup against that. But I feel since Jaren Jackson Jr.'s big, 6'11", and playing with Valanciunas, since it's two bigs, I feel Stotts might convince himself that, it's a good idea to start Whiteside and Nurkic since they have two bigs. And then you have Whiteside or Nurkic chasing Jaren Jackson Jr. around on the perimeter. And Jaren Jackson Jr. hits 3 threes in the first quarter and we start off down 8 points or something like that. That is what I'm afraid of. That is 100% what I'm afraid of.
So last time we played him, we had Whiteside, but obviously we didn't have Collins and Nurk. Mm-hmm. And Valanciunas had 12 points and 18 rebounds. Brandon Clark came off the bench and had 27 and 6.
Yeah. Which
Jaren Jackson didn't have a good game.
Yeah.
He had 8 points and 5 rebounds, but
we didn't really have a big off the bench to match up against Brandon Clark. You get Hassan Whiteside, right? You get Hassan Whiteside to match up with Brandon Clark, or if they stagger their bigs, because they kind of run a 3-big lineup, which we could kind of try and run a 3-big lineup against that. I would rather, if Nurkic is going to play with Whiteside, which he is for minutes tomorrow, I think it's there's going to be stretches where they play together. I think it needs to come when when Clark and Valanciunas are on the floor together.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if they throw in Dang in there. Like, it needs to come when Jaren Jackson Jr. is off the floor. Because I don't think it's a recipe for success having Whiteside or Nurkic try and guard Jaren Jackson Jr., who's like a great pick and pop threat, tremendous 3-point shooter. I think he shot like 39% this year or something like that. You don't want Whiteside or Nurkic guarding a perimeter-based big. If you got Clark at the 4 and Jang at the 5, or Clark at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5, Clark's like kind of an interior guy, right? He shoots only 1-3 a game. He does shoot 40%, but it's only 1-3 a game. He's more of a role guy, more of a slasher, more of an interior player. I think that'd just be a overall better matchup for Nurkic or Whiteside at the 4, basically, because I mean one of them would be the 4. So I think that's the situation that they should play together in, and hopefully it's not coming against Jaren Jackson.
Yep, completely, 100% agree with that.
So, and hopefully Stotts think along the same lines.
I also, I feel like we kind of owe it to Nurk to let him start and not have to worry about playing with Whiteside and how that's going to work and all that stuff. Like, just play with the more natural fit with Collins and let Nurk do his thing and get used to playing again and dominate the Grizzlies and show that he's one of the best centers in basketball. And the more gimmicky type of stuff you try to do with Whiteside, it just throws off the spacing and the lineup, and then they're worried about like who's going to play more and like who's going to go sub out first and all that's like I don't have to worry about all that. Just go play. Like, I feel like just having our best 5 players on the court and like Whiteside can deal with coming off the bench. Like, if he has a problem with it, then screw him. But like, I just feel like it's our best lineup. We need to win this game. We can't be like messing around with the lineups like that.
Yep. I will say this: like, he's going to start Melo at the 3. Hopefully, he's willing to have a quick leash on Melo. Not like a prototypical quick leash where one mistake and Melo's out. But like, if Melo starts out 0 for 3, 0 for 4, and like is struggling on defense after 5 minutes, 6 minutes, like, take him out, put in Gary Trent Jr., right? Like, don't play Melo if Melo's struggling through the first 5 minutes and is hurting us, don't play him for the first 9 minutes. Don't compound it, you know what I mean? Like, take him out of the game, maybe sub him back in with a bench where his skill set is better suited, where he might be able to have some success going against, hopefully, a lesser defender, right? That is something that Stotts needs to be willing to do, because he's going to start him, which I think is a mistake, but it doesn't have to be as big of a mistake as it potentially could be if Stotts is willing to pull Melo if he's struggling, if that makes sense, and maybe like mess around with the rotation. Regardless, I think Melo should be subbed out early and subbed back in with the bench, because I think he should be playing with the bench instead of the starters.
Yeah, just kind of make him a token starter or whatever.
Yeah, make him a token starter. You can play 4 or 5 minutes with the starters, right? So he can still start, so that he's still happy. Then some back in with the bench, and maybe have him play some power forward with the bench, so that you don't have to play Nurkic, Collins, and Whiteside 32 minutes a game. You know, I know some people want Gabriel in the rotation. I don't want Gabriel in the rotation for this restart. I am not on board that train. I don't think I'm as high on Gabriel as a lot of other fans seem to be, and I'm not low on Gabriel at all. I just don't think he's like somebody that's ready to play, and I don't think that's somebody we want to rely on being in the rotation. I don't think there's much upside by playing him, and I think the downside is more substantial.
I think maybe just like a couple minutes, because you're going to have trouble with Melo at the small forward, and that's why I don't like Melo playing small forward or starting as well, because if you had Collins and Melo and Nurk and Whiteside as your 4 bigs, then you don't really have to worry about playing Gabriel at all. But now you have like kind of a hole at backup 4. I know you said Melo can come in with the bench, but I don't know if he's going to play enough minutes at the 4 to not have someone like Gabriel play at least a few minutes.
I mean, if you play Melo 6 minutes at power forward with the bench each half, that's 12 minutes, right? I think you could still run the other. You could, if you played Melo 12 minutes a game at the backup 4, right? Collins, Nurkic, and Whiteside, amongst the three of them, on average, would have to play about 28 minutes each, which I think is about in line with what they should be playing. So I think rotation-wise, I know I said I'd tweet something out. I forgot to do it. But rotation-wise, that's what I'd do is I'd sub Melo out early, so I'm back in with the bench at power forward. The bench lineup, Stas is probably going to play Simons, right? So the bench lineup would be CJ, so you sub CJ out early along with Melo and then sub CJ back in with the bench. So it'd be CJ, Simons, Trent Melo, Whiteside.
Yeah.
I would like to find a way to get like Nurkic playing with the bench. I think he could play well with the bench, but I don't think that's going to happen. So like in terms of like realistically what Stotts could do, I could see Stotts maybe doing that, and I would be happy if Stotts did that. I think that makes the most sense. Honestly, I'd consider playing Little over Simons and maybe going with like CJ, Trent, Little, Melo, Whiteside. I think I like that lineup better, but
see, it's going to make us mad because that's perfectly logical. But what's going to happen is it's going to be Simons, Trent, like Hazonia, and Whiteside.
Yeah,
are the other four, and so I think Hazonia is probably going to get the first shot.
I don't understand why. How many shots does he deserve? Like, he's already had 1 million shots, man. Why don't you let Nasir Little get 1 million shots? Like, I don't understand that about stuff. Why does Mario Hazonia get another shot?
I mean, we'll cross that bridge if it happens. I don't want to bash him too much before it happens, but
I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, right? I'm excited to watch the Blazers. I'm so excited, but I feel like the excitement could easily turn into like, Melo doesn't work at the 3 with Dame and CJ. Why are Son and Nurkic playing together? We're getting killed in transition in the 3-point line because those guys can't play together. And then, why is Mario in the damn game? He just dribbled off his foot, then tried to reverse land and shot it over the backboard. You know what I mean? Like, that is what I'm worried about. Like, I have legitimate concerns going into this game, which doesn't take away from my excitement. I'm still extremely, extremely excited, and I think the Blazers should win this game. That's why I picked them in picks against the spread. They're the more talented team. They are definitely the more talented team, but there are some legitimate concerns that I have going into this game tomorrow.
It's nice that they start Kyle Anderson at the 3 because that kind of gives us one guy we can match up.
That is like the perfect small forward for Melo to go against because he's super freaking slow and can't shoot.
But that means pretty much Dylan Brooks, CJ would have to guard Dylan Brooks, and Dame's going to have to guard Ja. So we'll see how that affects.
If we started Trent tomorrow, we could. Sorry, I'm just ranting.
You can hide Dame on Kyle Anderson.
Or hide CJ on Kyle Anderson and put Trent on Ja.
Yeah.
And put Dame on Dylan Brooks. Like, damn. Yeah, because that's like a guy you could hide a guard on and put the small forward and Gary Trent on a guard. Then he's not undersized anymore. I don't know. I'm already in rant mode. It's the night before. I'm not supposed to be in rant mode yet, but I'm in rant mode. Because Trent, I think, would be great to put on Ja. I think, because, like, Ja's still skinny, right? And I think Trent can stay in front of guys. Trent can stay in front of point guards, right? But he's strong, too.
Okay.
I think he could do a phenomenal job on Ja Morant, which is why it's frustrating that he's not starting.
Yep. What happened?
Huh?
Are you there? Oh, okay. I thought I lost you or something.
No,
Destrom says Kyle Anderson can basically only play the power forward. I mean, he's not a shooter, but like he's kind of a point forward type, like
he's
a poor
like
man's
point
forward. Yeah.
He's like a bigger Evan Turner.
Yeah.
Honestly, he reminds me a lot of Evan Turner. Maybe not like shooting the mid-range he does, but like Evan Turner was like a decent defender. Kyle Anderson's a good defender. That's the one thing with Kyle Anderson. I think that's why he's starting. You'll probably see Kyle Anderson on Dame.
Yeah.
Because Dylan Brooks is like 6'6".
He'll probably guard Melo.
Yeah. Which
he's got a little bit of chunk to match.
If Melo wasn't so in love with his mid-range fadeaway, I would say Dylan Brooks on Melo, maybe like Melo could actually take advantage of that in the low post. Yeah. But that would be if Melo was like aggressive and tried to get to the rim instead of selling for mid-range turnarounds. You know what I mean? Like, But we know that's what Melo freaking loves. He wants to just shoot a mid-range turnaround every time he gets the ball in the post. So, God, like, it's like I don't even want to try and exploit that. Maybe that's part of the Grizzlies' plan, right? You put a smaller defender on Melo, thinking like, oh, Terry Stotts is going to see Dylan Brooks on Melo, and Terry Stotts obviously loves Melo, so he's going to try and force feed Melo the ball, and Melo's just going to sit here shooting turnaround 15-footers. Mm-hmm. That's chess, not checkers. If Taylor Jenkins is thinking that, like, oh man. If Melo goes 5 for 5 from the 3, can I get a free Blazer hoodie? No caveats if he doesn't. Yeah, if he goes 5 for 5. If he goes 4 for 4 or 5 for 6, you ain't getting one. But if he goes exactly 5 for 5, I will give you a free Blazer hoodie. Deal.
Nice. I wish I could get a free Blazer hoodie.
Yeah, I sent Eric his merch, and apparently he didn't get it, so... Which is weird. I don't know what happened with that.
You need to contact someone.
Hopefully that didn't happen with anybody else. But yeah, I don't even know who to contact. Yeah, so I don't know. What's up?
I would say the person who makes it and sends it out would probably be able to contact the U.S. Postal Service and say that it was never delivered or whatever. I have
a shipping code.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could look into it. Maybe it got stolen. Maybe it got put on your doorstep and somebody stole it, and there's just some random guy out there wearing a Blazers Uprise hoodie who doesn't even know we exist.
That'd be hilarious. But my theory was that like someone like stole it and then opened it thinking it was like, oh, clothes or whatever, and then it's like a triple XL Blazers Uprise hoodie, and they're like, what the hell? But then like once they open it, they can't like be like, oh, sorry, I got your mail or something, you know?
Yeah.
But like it does happen a lot around here where you get like, with the U.S. Postal Service at least, that you get mail for other people.
You need a doorbell camera.
But that if it was U.S. Postal Service, not UPS, it would have gone into the mailbox, and there was like a lockbox and stuff, so it wouldn't have gotten stolen.
I don't know if your size hoodie can fit in a mailbox, though.
Well, no, there's like big boxes in.
I know.
So put the key in your.
I know.
They're definitely big enough.
Okay. What's up, yo? That sounded dumb.
If Melo nuts on the Grizzlies, can I get a free Blazers jersey?
Yes. I will make you a special edition merch.
Only if we win. If he does that and we win.
Yeah. I will make a special edition merch. It will be the Blazers Uprise logo, but there will be a donut frosting dripping from it for you specifically, because that's your thing, right? You love donuts, right? Anyway.
I know, Dame Dollar, that's way too easy to get something for free, especially with...
Yeah, what the hell, man? What? Destrom said 5 for 5 exactly, all right? That's very insanely unlikely that he goes 5 for 5 exactly. So, yeah, I was willing to do that. No, I will not give out free stuff if Whiteside or Nurk hit at 3. Because I think there's like probably a 40 to 50% chance that happens. So, no, way too likely. Nice try. And you were hating on me. And I'm too boring for you, apparently. So... yeah, I don't know. You ain't got that goodwill anymore. You ruined it by calling us boring.
Alex Morgan asked, what would our chances be if we had Rodney and Ariza back?
No, that says Erica.
Okay. I was just fixing it for him. But anyways, I think it would be above 50% if we had those guys, because our lineup would just be too deep and good to lose many of these games. But unfortunately, not having those guys makes it a lot tougher because we don't have a lot of big wings that can defend. So
it'd be 45%, 40 to 45%. Right now, I think our odds of making it are 25 to 35%, somewhere in there.
They went up a little bit tonight. We just got to take care of business.
Yeah, I'm just not as high on this team after those scrimmages, bro. I'm just not. I don't know. Like, they can change my mind if they play well tomorrow, you know what I mean? But yeah, I got some serious concerns. And it's a tough thing to do. You're literally trying hard to get in a position where you have to win 2 games in a row against the same team on back-to-back nights. Like, that's not likely, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, if we dominate the Grizzlies tomorrow, though, I'd feel pretty confident. They're just so young. It's going to be hard for them to not fold under the pressure of those two games. Whereas, most of the guys on the team this year made the Western Conference Finals last year. So, I don't know. It's just a little more experience. Are you laughing at Destrom?
No, I just finally actually read one of the names in chat here. Actually sounded it out.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to it before that.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, that has to be somebody. Yeah, I don't know.
But Destrom said,
where'd Trevin go? Where'd Trevin go? That's
if
probably
Melo physically does something to the Grizzlies, he'll send Yo-Yo Mama 100 jerseys. So he's got you covered if that happens.
Physically does something. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, okay. You can say that word.
I know. I just didn't feel good about the context, and then with the names in chat right now.
Yeah, you guys are getting weird in here. It's really back to normal now. Now that
that's Yo-Yo Mama's favorite commenter right now, though.
Yeah, hitting it off. We're just watching magic happen, which made me think.
A love connection in our chat. That'd be great.
Speaking of love, no, just kidding.
Oh yeah, you forgot to tell me about that.
Oh, I gotta tell you about that. I ain't gonna go. That's too personal on stream though. That's too personal on stream. But I don't know. I brought it up on stream, which is stupid. I don't know why I even brought that up on stream. But I'm just telling you, Eric. I wasn't lying, man. I wasn't lying. Everybody was laughing on me on stream, talking about I know how to talk more confidently now, and I can see the effects it has on other people. Right?
Yeah.
And everyone was laughing at me. I'm I'm not kidding. And let's just say it's showing, it's bearing fruit. All right, let's just say that. So, in a very PG, G-rated way. Anyway, they're probably what the hell are you talking about? You guys can guess what I'm talking about. You have no idea. I don't share everything with you guys. I share a shit ton, to be honest. I share stuff that I probably shouldn't, but I'll get to know everything.
It is kind of funny that we have Dame Dollar, Yo-Yo Mama, Zacho, AM Productions all in the same.
I know, bro. That's how we know we're back. It's official now. I am interested to see, because we're going to do our post-game streams on the main channel. I am interested to see, how those do, how many viewers those have, and how many viewers that brings over to this live streaming channel. Because I know there's still a lot of people on the main channel that don't even know this live streaming channel exists. So that's just part of growing this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
What are your Blazers predictions for tomorrow? I think they win by 3 to 5 points. That's my best guess.
I think they win by 10. I think they're gonna take care of business.
I'm
not super confident, but
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It's kind of hard to tell. Dionysus said, Tori, you asked last thread where I got my name from. It is from an Alan Watts talk. He discussed a 5th century Syrian monk with that name. Dope. No, it makes sense, because that it might be my favorite name in chat. Except I know I butchered. Do I say the first Dionysus? Is that how you say the first name? I don't even know how to say the second name. Theriopogite? Theriopogite? I have no idea. I told my mailman about you guys. He seemed to think he had heard of you. Well, that's dope. Shoot, we're famous if your mailman knows us. Damn, that's official now, dude. I have chills up my spine I'm famous.
There he goes. Dionysus.
Therapeugite.
I think that's. And now, see, this is why you don't mention names, because now Eat a Bowl of Rice is mad that he's not your favorite.
Eat a bowl of rice? You're one of them. What was the one?
I'm bringing chili or something.
Yeah, I'm bringing chili and eat a bowl of rice. Are you the same people? Are you like?
They're different.
Okay, just the food names.
Travioli was in here earlier too.
Where's I'm bringing chili, man? Good old Travioli, man. I love that he's back. That's my guy.
He mentioned at the beginning of the stream that he was growing out his mustache, but no one can tell because he wears a mask out in public. And then, but he says his wife hates it at home, so it's kind of funny.
Bro, yeah.
Shout out, yeah, what's up?
What's up? He's still here. Let's go, man. That's actually funny because, like, I mean, most of you guys know this, but for those of you who don't, I deliver with DoorDash. So, like, I go to the same restaurants all the time to pick up food. So, there's people that I'm kind of, like, on, like, a first-name basis with that work there. But they've never, like, I've talked to them, like, every day the past month type of thing. But they've never seen my actual face because I always wear a face mask when I'm picking up food. That's what's funny. So, I don't want to go in depth on anything else. But it's just funny how, like, I don't know. We'll have to laugh about that later. Oh, man.
I had a gamer tag with all his friends that was eat a bowl of, and then different people.
Hey, but that's where my pickup line comes in, though. Girl, I want to see you without that face mask on. Right? That's the go-to. That's what I say. Every time I go into a restaurant, I don't even know them, right? Every time I go into a restaurant and see a girl, they're like, hi, who you picking up for? And that's what I say.
You say, I'm picking up for, I want to see your...
No, I say, forget who I'm picking up for, girl. I just want to see you without that face mask on. And,
do you say it like that?
Yeah. You gotta say it like that.
You're never getting a date again. If you
No, I bat like 80%. I shoot like 80%.
Yikes.
I shoot like 80%.
I would like to see what these girls look like then. If that works.
Bro, you don't wanna, better than any girl people's mix will ever get. I know that. So, Tori, you shoot like 10%. Destrom, you've probably never connected from the field in your life, my guy. What happens if they take it off and you make a bad face? Well, that's why I want to see them with that. I want to know, what they look like. And then they get offended, and then...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex Morgan says they take off the mask, and
Tori's like, nah, never mind. Nah, I thought your eyes were beautiful, but oh, that's so messed up. I don't know.
Why does AM Productions hope he's wrong that the Trailblazers are winning the 2020 title? I don't get that. And 2K Land wants you to answer his question.
I had a different name though, Trevin. I don't know where his question is. I don't see it on the chat.
He says, Torius nods from the Twitter group chat.
Oh.
Am I wrong for saying that I think that Dame won't be on his A game and will drop between 18 and 25 points? Yes. You can answer that, though.
Wait. Like, he'll only score 18 to 25 tomorrow?
He thinks Dame's going to struggle. And
I kind of feel like Dame's going to struggle tomorrow. I don't know. Like, I have a vibe that, like, Dame's going to, like, try and get other people going and get other people involved and not really develop a groove tomorrow. But, like, I think he'll get, like, 23 and 9 or something like that. And maybe even shoot fine, you know what I mean? I just don't think he's going to, like, go off for 40 or anything. Because he's coming off that foot, right? And I don't know. Like, he hasn't, like, started seasons hot normally.
Yeah, he has.
This year he did, but not
set the record for...
Not last year.
2 years ago, I believe he broke the record for most points, like in the first 10 games or whatever, and then he re-broke that record this year.
I have to look up his game log. Because I swear, it's only, like, was this season.
It was this season and last season. Maybe before that one.
Okay, this season he started off on fire.
Yeah.
Because he had 32, 35, 28, 28, 23, 33, 39, 22, 60. Thing is, we were losing a lot of those games. We didn't have, like, Nurk, you know?
I feel like I feel like he was just kind of not really above the scrimmages, but like he thought it was more important for other guys to get minutes and try to establish themselves. And
Yeah.
I think he would have played if those were like regular season type games. So I'm not worried about the foot.
I don't know where I got that notion from, because I'm going through his game logs from previous seasons, and yeah, he doesn't start slow. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know why I thought that. There was like one season where he started slow. But yeah, no. I'm like even all the way back to...
Hey, what's up, Jake Carey? How you doing, man?
What's up, Jake? Yeah, no, he starts pretty well, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Dixie, I'm not going to say her last name, but he asked if I was a fan of Nolan Smith when he was a player. Hell no, man. Why would I be a fan of Nolan Smith? I hated that draft pick, and I hated his game and his fit on the team, and he sucked. And he was one of the few first-round picks that got cut after 2 years, didn't even make it to his third year of the rookie deal, I think. So
yeah.
That's how you know how bad he is.
Screw Nolan Smith. Why won't you say Dixie Normus's last name?
I can't believe you just said that on air, dude.
Dixie Normus's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name. Dixie Normus's.
Just because of someone's name in chat doesn't mean that it's okay to say.
Does that make you uncomfortable, me saying that?
No, it doesn't make me uncomfortable, but like,
Eric's uncomfortable.
There's people, like my mom was watching earlier and stuff, like I don't know if that's...
I just realized what the name... I get the name now. Oh, my bad.
No, that's bullshit. You already said you got the name. Don't try to freaking lie,
dude. Don't blame me. Blame the person who has that name, man. I'm just trying to engage with the chat, bro. I'm just trying to connect with the chat, right? Like,
no, you're trying to lie. Like
when you start talking to a girl, right? You want to hear her say your name. There's just something special about her saying your like name or your full name, right? You know, there's something special about your name being said. You know, like. So I just wanted to make Dixie feel special.
You are on record as saying like, "Oh, I just got your name like a half an hour ago."
Timestamper, it didn't happen.
Okay, I'll go get it right now. We'll be gone for a few
I bet you Trevin already has it.
But yeah, Nolan Smith played the 2 years in Portland, didn't make it to the third year of his 4-year rookie deal, and then never played for another team again. So he completely sucked. And we should have drafted Fareed, but whatever.
Yeah, let's not go back down that road.
Yeah, he's still only 32, so he should be in the league if he was any good. But yeah, that draft sucked.
That's crazy. He's still only 32. Because he's been like an assistant coach for Duke for a while, it seems like. Did you guys like Caleb Swanigan when he was drafted? No, I literally was watching it with my girlfriend at the time, and they announced the pick, and she was so taken aback by how mad I was. I remember it too. I was so mad, I literally like kind of lost my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I said no at the TV when he got drafted, to be honest. So yeah, no, I didn't like it.
I didn't hate it. I didn't understand why we drafted 2 power forwards / centers in the same draft. I'm glad we didn't draft Kuzma, even though like a lot of people wanted Kuzma, or didn't want Kuzma at the time, but then tried to say later. But
well, at the time it's like undersized power forward who has a weight issue, who is super unathletic, and has a questionable outside shot that probably wouldn't translate to the NBA from college. Like, why the hell was that a first-round pick? Like, nothing about that made any sense. Like, that is the worst pick Neil Olshey has ever made as Blazers GM, was that pick. Like, I get it with, like, okay, Myers didn't live up to the 11th pick or whatever. But you could see, like, the potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was potential. Like, it's with Caleb Swanigan, he had absolutely no potential to be anything. You're getting trolled. She's trolling you.
Uh, I don't know. He had a lot of skills that could be useful. Like he's a good passer for a big man. He's a good rebounder. He just isn't athletic enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say hi.
Hello. Hi. You guys can't see me, so. Or am I on your screen waving?
Yeah, you're on. She can see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Well, I'm waving hi with my big old hand.
You see him waving. You say, "Go Blazers!"
Go Blazers!
Yay! Good.
Eric got to live up to that good guy, family man type of
Yay!
type of
Yay!
thing.
Hey, what's up, Nah? How you doing?
What's up, Nah Tran? Yeah, Eric's a great father because she knows how to say "Go Blazers," so that's just automatically he's just an automatically phenomenal father for that.
My oldest daughter liked to root against whatever team was playing.
Oh, I'd ground her for that. Did you ground her? That'd be annoying.
Yeah.
Should have grounded her. I would have grounded her.
More family advice from Tori.
Yep, phenomenal family. like, I don't know, man. Shoot, I ain't even gonna go there.
But
I know you like to.
Yeah.
Screw it, I am gonna go there. I know you've like punched a refrigerator or something in your day because you've got mad after a loss, right?
yeah,
You would punch like somebody rooting for the Lakers, if like
no,
yes.
I wouldn't punch someone. I'm not like violent. I mean, I have gotten. I was at.
All right, here we go. Story time. Let's hear it.
I was at Game 6 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals, and we were in like a section that had a ton of Laker fans, and there was this one guy just talking shit the whole game, and yeah, so it felt really good to tell him to get the F out of there when he left with like a few minutes left, and we had a double-digit lead.
Yeah.
But overall, like I wouldn't like hit someone or punch someone over unless they were like in my face trying to fight me over a game. But yeah, I haven't been to like a 49ers Raiders game or something where the crowd gets really.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, probably not anymore because the Raiders are in Las Vegas. I wonder if that would still be the same like way. Like, because that Bay, it's not a Bay Area rivalry anymore.
Yeah. Hilarious joke by Dame Dollar.
Yeah, grade A humor. Anyway.
And it's kind of funny that as of like a couple days ago, he didn't even know that People's Mix was banned, and now like
I know.
He thinks I would punch him, but yeah, so
Bro, don't even Dame Dollar, don't even joke about People's Mix, bro. I made a joke against People's Mix, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, if you did punch him, he would deserve it. Like, well, I'm just being real. I'm not even joking. Like, but we don't even need to go in on that. I love how, bro, like, I love how you, like, explained the situation to Dame Dollar, man. And he had, like, nothing to say about the situation. Didn't he just say something like, imagine, or something like that?
Yeah,
or, like,
that's tough.
That's imagine, that's tough. Like, that's, like, the two things he knows how to say. Were you in that stream? Imagine. God. Why do you think that's funny, bro? Why do you always say that, man? I gotta call you out right now, man. Why you always got... I don't get it. I don't get that joke. Imagine. I don't get it. Real talk, Kuzma looks super good today. Well, that's like Kyle Kuzma 20% of the time. He'll look really good. And then 80% of the time...
the game.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure he was struggling in the beginning of the game, wasn't he?
He might have been. But, like, I heard he was, like, hitting threes and stuff. But like the thing is, he shot 29% this season. But the thing is, he shoots so much that he's like bound to get hot at some point, and he is a streaky player. He's just one of those players that like people think is better because like his good streaks they look good, and then people ignore like all the bad streaks and all the bad play he has. I feel like so. Bro, if you say that stuff for Imagine one more time, I'm going to give you a 5-minute ban. We already see it enough in Discord. We don't need it in here, man.
See, that's why he's been so bored lately. We haven't been like putting him in timeout.
Bro, Destrom, did you see what Eric said in Discord? What do you mean he ain't that bad, bro? I didn't even know that stuff, and I'm not even going to say it on air, but no, he's a crummy human being. Like, no, we ain't even going to go there, bro. We moved on. We have ridden ourselves. Wow, we got Andrew in here. What's up, Andrew? We got good old Perez in here. Speaking of which, it might be time to like restart our fantasy football league. I need to plan a draft. I haven't like thought about it.
Yeah, so because like I have a couple other leagues too, and it's like, are they even gonna make it to play games? Because like you're seeing what's happening with baseball. And football is going to be so much harder to keep outbreaks under control than baseball is, but they're trying to do it with fans in some places.
Why do you think it's going to be tougher? They only play once a week compared to like every day.
I'm just talking about the optics of, because I mean they're still going to practice and they're still interacting with a lot of people. They're doing it from their home sites where they're going back to their families at night, and who knows, going out and doing what. Like you already saw, like 1 week into the baseball season, they couldn't even prevent people from getting sick. So
yeah,
I can't imagine if like that percentage of a football team got sick that they would be able to go forward with the season. I don't know what would happen.
Yeah, it's tough. That's why I haven't thought about it. Is because like I was waiting to see how this plays out, which would suck if we didn't have fantasy football. But which is crazy that it would only be like 2 weeks from when we'd normally draft, because I feel like the fantasy football season just ended. But with another heartbreak for me, of course, you know, because maybe it's a good thing if it doesn't happen, because I'm just always heartbroken in the playoffs every freaking year.
What's up, Chris Jesus?
What's up, Cheese Man? Football teams are more than double the size of baseball teams. Baseball teams have like they're on a 40-man roster, I think, right now, because you have no minor leagues. So I think baseball has a 40-man roster right now, and football has like a 55-man roster right now, or something like that.
I think they said like 14 of the 33 players or something. I don't know why they said 33, but yeah, it's like a certain amount of active players.
Yeah, and in football you have like 53 or 50. I don't know if they're changing it for COVID, but you have 53 in football. They have 33 in baseball, so it's not like more than double.
They bumped it up to 55 or 56 with the new collective bargaining agreement.
So it's like it's a little less than double.
Plus, it's like baseball, you can kind of social distance while you play for the most part, whereas football you can't at all.
Well, they need to have a face mask that like a football helmet with a face mask that like is actually like a mask that can stop people from breathing COVID out, you know,
like
if they
the
have
LT mask. Tomlinson.
Yeah,
he had like the full shield.
Yeah, something like that, you know. And then they need like to wear something where they're not like sweating on other players or something. I don't know. Like football, I feel like is the one sport where like equipment wise, you can maybe develop something that can contain COVID when they're playing. If that makes sense. Yeah,
I don't know, because I mean, you could wear a mask while you play baseball. Several players are doing it.
Yeah. I mean, baseball's already a social distancing sport in general, I guess, because you pretty much have your distance. So that's the thing, is like, but it's not like the Marlins infected a bunch of other teams, right? It's the Marlins infected a bunch of themselves. So I wonder, like, if in practice they weren't following guidelines or what happened.
Well, no, it's because they were going home and doing whatever. Like, players aren't. If you're not in a bubble, that's the problem.
Yeah, but it's like, how did so many of them get infected if they were like following the right guidelines during practice, you know? Like, they must have been hanging out with each other or doing something, like, together if, like, 14 of the 33 got infected.
Yeah, I don't know. let's just skip through that. Let's talk about basketball. Screw the other stuff right now. I don't want to talk about COVID.
Yeah, well, yeah. Andrew's a Tampa Bay fan now. He went from the Patriots to Tampa Bay. Are you really on that Tampa Bay bandwagon, Andrew? Because he was a Patriots fan.
They signed Shady McCoy today.
Yeah. Well, he's a Patriots fan. And I don't know if he's following Tom Brady. Andrew, you jumping bandwagons, man? Okay. Because he was a Spurs fan too, and he didn't jump that bandwagon with Kawhi. So as long as you don't, they're gonna miss the playoffs. I think they're gonna miss the playoffs. You have they have a lot of offensive weapons, but Gronk is injury prone. Mike Evans is a bit injury prone. Right? And then you got Chris Godwin, who's only had like one good season, right? Who knows? Like, he's probably going to see a little bit of a targets drop off. And Tom Brady is only an average quarterback at this point in his career, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that, Eric, but like, I don't think they're that good. I know you said you want to talk basketball, but
no, I just don't want to talk about COVID. But I think Tom Brady, it's hard to tell because he hasn't had the weapons he's going to have this year if everyone's healthy. I mean, he didn't really have a good receiving core last year. He didn't really have a good running back. His offensive line was pretty bad. All those things are better on the Bucks, I think. So it'll be interesting to see if he is really just a shell of his former self, or if he gets protected a little better, has a little more time to throw, if his brain and experience and stuff can lead them to get into the playoffs. I think I'd be surprised if they didn't at least contend for the playoffs. But
yeah, I mean, they'll be in the mix, but I don't know. People were saying, "Oh, they look so scary." I don't think they're like in the top tier teams. I don't think they are in the same tier as San Francisco or Seattle or Green Bay.
Well, you also have the problem where we don't know who all's playing yet. So whoever opts out could factor in. Like the Patriots had 6 guys opt out already. That could just devastate a team. Whereas the 49ers haven't had anyone. So yeah.
And that's the tough part with fantasy is like,
yeah.
What if you draft somebody that opts out? You'd have to handcuff everybody.
I got to call it Malcolm. He said something on Twitter about being a Kansas City and Seattle fan. It's like, dude, come on, pick a team.
Yeah. Come on, Malcolm.
Oh, he said someone else was his third favorite team or something. It's like, dude.
Yeah. Yes, we're talking about the NFC, bro. Try to insert your Chiefs in there. Screw off, man. You cannot be a Seahawks in it. Yeah.
So now he'll talk about his Seahawks.
You can't be a Seahawks and a Chiefs fan. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, Posner, Melo's probably going to have to guard LeBron because if we start the lineup we don't really have.
It's just ridiculous. We're going to get killed if that happens. Like,
we're just messing with you, Malcolm, by the way.
Can you guys react to the mix I made? It has NBA highlights in it. No, we can't. That's true. You know that. You know we can't. Like, we could off air maybe, but on air we can't. But you should know that because you know we can't react to the NBA highlights. Yeah, Pats are gonna suck. The only way they would have a chance of making the playoffs is if they had like a long preseason schedule to get Cam implemented into what they're trying to do. But I feel like Cam's style with Belichick will clash a little bit, especially without having the time to implement him and kind of get him up to speed with their offense.
Yeah, because the Patriots would never cheat and try to implement something without it being okay, right?
I mean, they would be the first team to, they're the Astros of the NFL, but...
Cam might be the perfect type of player if he's healthy. Obviously, if his shoulder's still, if he doesn't have the arm strength that he used to have, but in this type of atmosphere, it might be a kind of like backyard brawl type football versus actual X's and O's type football. So having a guy like Cam or like Lamar Jackson or those type of guys might actually be pretty good.
There's your answer, Jesus.
Yeah, we're both 49er fans.
My dog's name is Bosa, so is a Chargers fan. I'm so glad we extended it. We have the better Bosa brother, I don't care.
That contract's scary for what we're going to have to pay.
Oh, I know. I know. That's insane. NFL contracts are kind of catching up a bit, it seems like, to NBA contracts.
San Fran, even near Portland, we don't have a team, so what does it matter?
Yeah. It's not like we have a team and we're San Fran fans. Like, we have no local team, so it's kind of you can be a fan of anybody from here.
And screw anyone who says Seattle's our local team. They're not.
Yeah, no. They are 2.5 hours away. Like,
but
that's not close.
I mean, we talked about this earlier on stream, but I was born in '79. I grew up in the '80s, so like the 49ers were pretty much on every Sunday on my TV. So like it was easy to root for them because you got to watch them every week and stuff. Kind of like the Blazers, you have a local team on local TV every day. It's like you get into it.
How in the world? Okay, I'm so confused. So since we're speaking about football, I just had this like notification pop up on my phone from a news article that 2K Sports will have an NFL game with NFL teams and NFL players in it, which is confusing because I thought Madden had the license.
Yeah, they must have paid him.
The deal gives 2K Sports the rights to use the name, numbers, images, and likenesses of more than 2,000 current NFL players in its upcoming games. I guess they struck a deal with the Players Association. 2K Sports did so.
Maybe they're anticipating some loss of revenue, so they opened it up for other things.
Yeah. This Thursday's news follows the announcement in March that 2K Sports was getting back into the business of video game football, having signed a multi-year deal with the NFL under which the publisher will produce multiple NFL licensed football games. I'm so confused because wasn't it reported that Madden? The hell? Or did I jump universes here? Because I swear it was said that Madden had the exclusive license extended.
I don't know about extended. I know they had it for a few years, but
I swear I saw it.
Yeah.
Well, it was up for renewal this year, and I swear it was extended. I am so confused. This is gonna throw me for a loop because
maybe they extended the deal, but not the exclusivity of it.
Maybe, which would be dope because 2K people love 2K. 2K
I wouldn't go that far.
Games. No, they love 2K football games compared to Madden. Like back in the day, like people love 2K so much.
But people love 2K basketball in the time frame that the 2K football games exist as well.
Well, compare 2K to like modern day NBA Live to EA Sports NBA, 2K is far, far better. You know what I mean? Like, but we don't have anything to compare Madden to, so nowadays.
Tecmo Super Bowl is the greatest sports game of all time, and I will not hear any other arguments.
Okay. What we know is that 2K plans to produce football games centered on fun, approachable, and social experiences. That's because its contact with the NFL is limited to non-simulation football video game experiences, since Electronic Arts retains the exclusive right to make NFL licensed simulation football titles. So EA Sports has the license.
They can only run the simulator?
Yeah, so like realistic. I guess like 2K will have like teams and NFL players, but they can't make their game realistic.
That's why someone said it'll be like NBA Jam or something, but only football.
Man, that's lame, bro. Like 2K would be better at doing the simulation stuff. EA would be better suited for like the fun, quirky, non-simulation type stuff.
They had games like NFL Blitz and stuff like that, but yeah.
They got
Not
each
quite.
company making the wrong type of game. They need to swap them. Kelsey's
should
not better
just-
than Kittle. Get out of here, man. Sorry. Go off.
They should just make a new Tecmo Super Bowl every year with updated rosters, and that would be good for me.
That'd be dope. Yeah, Kelsey's not better than Kittle. You're tripping.
They're pretty close.
Give me the guy that can do everything Kelsey can do, but then also block at a very elite level for a tight end. AKA George Kittle. Thing is, Kittle doesn't have Patrick Mahomes throwing him the ball either, and he's still doing insane things. Not to downplay Jimmy G, but he ain't Pat. So, anyway, it was ridiculous that Mahomes was number 4 on that top 100. I was so shocked by that.
I didn't think so.
You what?
I didn't think so at all.
You thought he deserved number 4?
I didn't think this previous year he deserved to be number 1 because that's what it was based on.
Who deserved to be number 1?
I don't know about Donald being ahead of him, but I thought the other two that were Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson had better seasons than him.
Are we not taking playoffs into account with that?
I'm not sure what they do it for, but he did.
Because if we're taking playoffs into account, Patrick Mahomes has to be number 1. The only way you can justify him being not being number 1 is just based on only the regular season.
I think it's voted on after the regular season. Yeah, I think it's one of those. But I mean, Pat Mahomes is the best player in football. I'm not arguing that, but he did get hurt, missed 2 games, and then struggled several games towards the end of the season, and then caught fire in the playoffs. But I mean, he wasn't. Lamar Jackson won the MVP, and Russell Wilson was second, I think, in the MVP voting. So it's not like it was that much of a stretch if you're just basing it off of this season. But yeah, I agree if you're including everything. But yeah,
I thought it was based off playoffs too. I don't know, because if it's based off playoffs, then that's even more ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, like,
where Donald lead his team.
For people calling it a joke, it's voted on exclusively by players. So, like, I mean, it's not like NFL.
Well, that just says to me
like, making a list or whatever. But
that just says to me that like maybe players don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't know. DK Metcalf over Keenan Allen. Yeah, DK Metcalf is severely overrated. I am not a book reader.
Yeah, I'm
not the person to be asking.
So you're not a book reader. You don't watch movies. You don't watch TV shows.
No, I watch sports, man.
I'm a big movie and TV show guy, but not books.
I watch sports. I play sports. I do YouTube.
I'd rather just watch a movie.
Well, now I work and do YouTube, and that's literally my entire freaking life. Like I'm actually going to work right after we get off stream. Like I plan on getting off stream in 10 minutes and working.
I of course read children's books, but
oh yeah, bedtime stories.
Eric, have you ever seen The Goonies? Of course, man. That's a classic. One of the better movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait here for a good DoorDash order.
I bet Tori hasn't seen The Goonies.
I think I might have. I don't remember.
You think you might have?
Yeah, I think I might have. If I did, it was like years ago, though. I don't just remember everything from when I was 18 and stoned 90% of the time. Just kidding. I smoked weed twice.
I was gonna say I thought we.
Nope. I wasn't like that, man. And Andrew Perez can speak to that.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to go on an adventure when you were kids and find like a pirate ship and a bunch of treasure and stuff like that?
What are you talking about?
Goonies.
Oh. Yeah, no. I don't know. Doesn't ring a bell for me, but that's not a surprise to anybody. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm mixing it up. I don't know. When I heard Goonies, I thought of a different movie that I know is a different movie that if I said it, everybody would laugh at me.
What was that?
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, come on, you guys.
Because it's like
come on, it'll be funny.
so stupid that I would even like compare the two.
But like, you owe the 34 people watching right now to
I
have
don't owe y'all anything. I give you all this content for free. I don't owe you
It'll be
anything.
a great inside joke.
Honestly, the only reason I thought of it was because like the words are kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like the names are kind of similar. Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Just because of the word. So yeah. But I was like, dude, it wasn't the same.
Another good movie.
Yeah, that's a movie I've seen.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel special because I've seen a movie that
don't
other
feed
people
them
have.
after midnight. That's like the quarantine rules right now.
Oh, I know.
Not allowed to go eat after 10 o'clock. I did find out that I think drive-thrus are allowed to be open.
Okay, that'd be ridiculous if it wasn't. That makes no sense.
Because I saw something where they weren't, and then last night I drove by a McDonald's at like midnight, and they were still having people in the drive-thru. So.
Yeah. Because like last night I was delivering till 2 a.m. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I just hate delivering to apartments at night. It's sketchy. Like, I like delivering to neighborhoods, decent neighborhoods. I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff goes down in parking lots of apartments at night. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
But.
Alex says, Tori, what kind of food are people ordering at this time of night? I'm guessing a lot of Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, muchas gracias.
Yeah.
There's like I don't know if this is probably a chain. Takura El Rinconcito. Does that ring a bell for any of you guys?
Yeah, that's it.
There is a Wingstop on the other side of town that's open till midnight, but I don't venture over there. I don't know. There's places like across town. There's a lot more places across town from where I'm at. Over here, it's mostly just McDonald's and muchas gracias.
Yeah.
So. But, yeah, I kind of fell behind on my work, so, like, I'm grinding, and I'm not moving out as soon as I want to. But that just means I have more saved when I do move out, so it's fine.
Do we have Taco John's out there? I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either.
So what's your plan tomorrow? Are you just going to get up and watch the game and then go do it after the stream?
Yeah, get up, watch the game. Then the game will be over at, like, 3:30. So then I figured post-game stream for 2 hours, and then I'm going to work from like 5:30 in the afternoon to like 2 in the morning.
Nice.
So that's my plan.
And then you got Saturday, no stream on Saturday, so that'll be perfect.
Yeah, I was going to try and wake up at like 11 and work from like 11 to 1, but my hours aren't really there yet, My hours are better than they used to be, but they're not that good, so I'll just work into the morning. So it's actually kind of peaceful. Yeah, I like driving around on roads that are normally just like packed with a million cars and being the only one on them. That's cool. So Taco Bell.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't say a movie that was much funnier. Like, it's kind of in the same, 80s type classic movies, so, it wasn't that bad as, you made it sound like. I was hoping for something much more that we could make fun of you about.
Yeah. AM Productions just made me crack up because apparently he doesn't know what Taco Del Mar is. And also, Andrew has worked at one of the two, so I know Andrew definitely knows both of them, I
know.
He says, you mean Del Taco.
Around here, most of the Taco Del Mar's closed down, but there's still Del Tacos.
Yeah. Which one's better? Because I do mix them up, but I know there's
Taco Del Mar was more like Chipotle type, where you go in and pick your burrito ingredients and stuff like that.
I feel like Chipotle is kind of killing their popularity.
Whereas Del Taco is just like a Taco Bell, only they have burgers and fries and stuff too. But
for me, it's if it's not on DoorDash, it doesn't exist. I feel like Taco Del Mar doesn't exist because it's not on DoorDash. But I know we have one around here somewhere.
I love Big Town Hero too, Dionysus, but they have such weird hours. They close at 5. It's most days and aren't open on weekends and stuff. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially for younger people.
Yeah, there's a teriyaki place that's pretty good.
I love teriyaki.
Yeah. that I enjoy picking up from. So
Yeah, I just got that.
I thought you'd get it. I thought you'd get it before that, man. Oh my goodness. Chipotle still. I never liked Chipotle. I never liked Chipotle. The first time I ever ate it, I got sick. Like, I didn't throw up, but like I thought I was gonna throw up. And since then, I was just like, no, I don't know.
That happened to me in like first grade at school. I had like an apple crisp, like a warm apple crisp, and now I can't eat like apple pie or like warmed apple dessert type stuff because I threw up and like it. So like just like the smell or taste of it makes me like want to like.
Where'd you get it from? Chipotle?
No, it was at school.
Oh.
When I was like a first. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chipotle's weren't even around back then.
Yeah, I forgot to connect that part of it.
But so yeah, like so Trevin has the same thing with macaroni. Yeah.
My favorite dessert is peach crisp, like hot peach crisp with ice cold vanilla ice cream. That is the best tasting thing on the planet for me, like bar none, bro. I don't know if anybody agrees with me, but like peach crisp, hot peach crisp, just the different textures, the different temperatures, and the different like, I want it right now, man. But gotta have it homemade too. I'm thinking of supplement. You can go ahead.
Oh, God. You can go ahead.
I'm thinking of supplementing my wage with DoorDash because of rent prices here in Seattle and the suburbs. Is it good, Tori? If you try and sign up for DoorDash, you might have to wait like months or over a year to like actually get in. Because I had signed up like 9 months ago and it was on a wait list for 6 months and then finally got approved like 3 months ago. And that was like the pandemic happened, so a lot more people were ordering, so I got approved. I can tell that they're kind of oversaturating with drivers because I'm not getting anywhere near as many offers as I used to get. It's still good. Like today, I had a couple hours where I made about $35-$40. You'll never make that on average, but like today I made about $27 an hour, which is like good for a weekday. And you can work whenever you want. So yeah, I mean, as like a side job for sure, it'd be good. Right.
Someone asked if we've ever tried White Castle. I've tried it once. They have one in Vegas now. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, I've never tried
it. I mean, yeah, it's probably just on the name because of the movie, but yeah. And because I can get like 100 cheeseburgers for like $20 or whatever it is.
What?
Well, they're like little sliders, but
but still,
do you not know what I'm talking about? The movie.
I've seen. I could have
Yeah.
actually named it. You should let me name it. I would have actually like surprised you.
Yeah, that's a funny movie.
Yeah,
the first one at least. But
I suck at remembering things from movies, but I have seen it.
So AM Productions mentions In-N-Out. I don't know if I told you, but In-N-Out's going to be going into Tualatin.
Is it, bro? It's like almost getting too close.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I know. It's like there's. To me, like, because that's what I always see all those people like In-N-Out sucks or whatever. Like, I like In-N-Out, but it's only because like I associate it with being somewhere cool or like eating it on vacation and stuff. So like that makes it fun. Yeah. But yeah, like, so if you can go get it anytime, like, it's gonna lose some of its luster.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna be above Burgerville, bro. Like, I don't think In-N-Out is better tasting than Burgerville. I don't. Like, and if you want something more like greasy, more like fried tasting, Five Guys is good. You know, Five Guys tastes good too. Like, you have good burger places that I don't think In-N-Out is bar none above. You know what I mean? But people just like put it above because it's like California and it just has like this mystique around it. And
oh man, we got another Burger King lover in here.
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's disgusting, man. You tripping. I should probably take this DoorDash order, but
this happened with like Hard Rock Cafe and I guess to some extent Hooters, where they were like in only like vacation cities, and then they started popping up and have like 5 in Portland, or like they were all over the place. So then like you go on vacation, you don't want to eat like the crappy food there, because it was like just cool to like go there and get the shirt and stuff because you went on vacation and it's like a vacation shirt or something. But like when you have it every day in your life, and it becomes not special. So
exactly. So that's what I mean by it's getting too close too often. That's crazy.
I agree with that.
It'll be up to Washington at some point.
Yeah.
So anyway,
making their way up I-5.
Yep. So anyway, I just picked up a DoorDash order, so
nice.
we don't have to sign off. I couldn't pass it up.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We're streaming basically every day except for Saturday over the next 2 weeks. So we'll probably cut the streams a little bit shorter, but we'll be streaming more days. So yeah, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll have that game at 1.
Go Blazers.
And we'll go live on the main channel right after that. We'll see how that does in terms of viewership. We'll see if that, pops off.
Also,
that'll be fun.
Like if you guys are part of Discord or have us on Twitter, we'll try to feel free to interact with us during the game. So I'll be watching.
Oh, I'll be live tweeting my frustrations when Carmelo gets like 50 million points dropped on him because he's playing small forward. I'll be venting on Twitter. So
yeah,
yeah. Hopefully we still win
all
though.
right.
Hopefully we score 5 million and 1. All right. I will catch you guys later.
See you tomorrow.
Catch you guys tomorrow. Blazers play in a little over 12 hours, which is crazy. So until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.